the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on.
Welcome back, everybody, to Minor League Esports. Apologies for those technical difficulties, but a huge shout out to so many people behind the scenes, Simple AOV, our broadcaster, and RJ Soros for responding so quickly and get everything back up and ready so that we can continue on with this quarterfinal Sunday. My name is Sleeky. Join with me yet again is the Big Mac Dan. And Dan, this series is one that I personally have been looking forward to all week long. We've got the Dodgers and the Bulls, and I am excited.
As am I. It's a battle of some of the most brilliant teams that have come out of the Volcanic Division for Champions League this season. You've got, for the Bulls, Peyton Ellie and Chaser, two of the best players all round They were two of the driving forces behind the Bulls' success this season. And meanwhile, on the Dodgers, you've got Smalls and Furphy, a team we've seen play before, but not really gotten too much of a strong playoff push out of them. The main driving force behind the Dodgers was JT, who I believe ranked out a week before the playoffs, so he is ineligible to play. He is now a member of the Premier League team, and with him gone, it feels like the Dodgers have a hole left. He was the talisman for them, and now it's up to players like Smalls, like Furphy, to fill those shoes and maybe push the Dodgers towards a strong playoff run.
Well, I definitely think there's also somewhat of a benefit to having a new player on your team. The other side has less that they can sort of prepare for. You're more of an unknown. Anything can happen. And I'm personally excited to see what both of these teams are able to pull out of the hat here to try and secure themselves a win. 5 minutes on the board, zeros on the scoreline. Let's go ahead and jump straight in to game number 1. And it starts with almost an immediate goal from the Bulls. But Smalls able to get there just in the nick of time to prevent that. He's got possession of it, flicks it over, and the Dodgers on the board first.
And it's the man who I was a little worried wouldn't show up today, Smalls, to grab the opening goal to immediately calm any nerves that he may have had about filling JT's shoes. That was an incredible piece of individual skill and a great goal to kick off the Dodgers' playoffs run.
Kickoff again here is going to be in favor of the Bulls as Peyton Ellie takes a shot, but Smalls gets in front, follows it up, grabs the boost, gets a bump, and now Furphy not going to be able to find that touch. It's Peyton Ellie waiting patiently back on the midfield line as he takes control now, looks to drop it down for Chaser, does so well. Chaser shot going to be blocked, and Furphy coming through with the demo, looks for a second on Chaser, overcommits a bit on that one. Shot through, Furphy not going to find it. We got even Stevens now as the Bulls respond.
Yeah, and a good shot from Peyton Ellie. Smalls there flips, unable to get on the back end of that shot, and Furphy not able to rotate in front of it in time. Peyton Ellie's placement almost picture perfect, and it's just enough to equalise as the Bulls, they're trying to calm some of those jitters. They had a chance to score early on off of the very first kickoff in this series, and they were unable to find the net and then immediately got scored on. That sort of like demoralization can be heartbreaking for a team and critical for their success, but they've come back into it and they're looking strong with just a minute gone.
Well, Peyton Ellie almost able to capitalize on that situation there, but it's dropped to the left side by Smalls. Gets a good follow-up on it, one to beats him handily and sends it through. Smalls making big boy plays out here in game 1.
Yeah, very nice goal from Smalls. Finds the tight angle, beats Peyton Ellie on the wall, and the Bulls are going to be kicking themselves there. That's a simple defensive clear. You just get the ball out of the wall, off of the wall and away from your net, but they waited too long. They let the ball get into a dangerous position, and by that time Smalls already had the shot lined up. And the Dodgers now look to try and hold on to this lead a little longer than they did previously.
Ooh, Smalls coming in clutch again. The demo opening up so much space, but his response absolutely what it needed to be. Furphy looking for a bump, doesn't able to get there in time. Smalls follow-up, but it's blocked. Chaser now on a breakaway. He's got a lot of space to work with, but he sends it wide in haste. And now a breakaway forming for the Dodgers on their own. Furphy far on the right side. Smalls not able to gain control, but Furphy coming back around. Ooh, he gives up on that one. It'll be Peyton Ellie retaking control. Smalls back on top. It pings off. Chaser is able to pick it up, but he doesn't get the follow through. It's Furphy now trying his luck, and we're seeing this game go back and forth. That's a clear from the Bulls, but no one able to respond.
Feels like the pace has really picked up here between these teams. They've realized that they have to try and speed up, and Smalls gets a great little demo as he tries to bring this one towards the net. There's no defender there, and a double commit on the goal doesn't really matter. Furphy steals it in some people's eyes, I guess you could say that, but either way, the Dodgers take a 2-goal lead here with just over half the time remaining.
I mean, Furphy just comes diving in and secures that goal. It's a 3-1 lead now for the Dodgers, who are off to a fantastic start, but the Bulls have looked equally strong in points. Chaser was looking to get it down midfield. Peyton Ellie not able to find that one. Open goal for Furphy, and there's going to be no stopping that one from Chaser as it slides right on through.
And it was just a misread on the defense there from Peyton Ellie. The ball bouncing down and across instead of up and across. Something very hard to make is a read off of that lip on the wall. It's very difficult to make sure that you're getting that right 100% of the time, and especially in a moment like this, it is critical that you get that. But Smalls off the kickoff will get a 5th goal for the Dodgers. This lead just keeps extending by the second.
And what is going on here? It's just absolute dominance on the side of the Dodgers. It looked close at first, but now the Dodgers really beginning to pull away. It's a 4-goal separation in game 1, and there's still over 2 minutes left in regulation. The Bulls just trying to get caught back up.
I've been informed that it is Peyton Eli, and that we have been pronouncing it wrong this entire time. Either way, Peyton Eli is going to get the goal to try and bring the Bulls back into this. A great goal there with 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Able to get it over the last defender, or both defenders as well. A very solid piece of play there, and something to try and bring the balance back in this matchup.
Well, they still got a long way to go. That goal from Peyton Eli, at least putting them on the right track. Smalls looks to get turned around, but he's not going to be able to beat Chaser. Puts a banger towards net. But Furphy was in the position to respond. Finds a demo on one. Peyton Eli trying to gain possession, but Furphy not giving up right now. It falls in midfield. Ball in Chaser's hands. But it's Smalls who's able to gain back control. Looks to get it over to Furphy. They were trying to find a pinch. What a cut! Ooh. And what a goal! Smalls on fire!
I didn't even see that coming. He takes it away from his teammate and cuts it behind Peyton Eli, who has no idea how to read that. It trickles over the line at a very slow pace, but it doesn't really matter what pace the ball crosses the line as long as it does that. And Smalls gives Dodgers their 4-goal lead all right back.
Oh, man. If you're the Bulls right now, you're starting to feel sick to your stomach because you are just giving these away for free. Chaser caught getting boozed back on the left side of field, and the Dodgers not going to waste a second capitalizing on that open space.
And to think, it's been Smalls with 5 goals to his name already in this game. He has scored the entirety of the Dodgers' lead all by himself, really. And it's that sort of an incredible solo performance from Smalls that has really given the Dodgers such a commanding position in this series. We've still got a minute left and they've got 7 goals. I wonder how many more they're going to put past the Bulls defense.
Only time will tell, but this one set up for the Bulls, but Peyton Eli somehow, some way does not score on a wide open net. And the Dodgers dodging a goal from them there as Furphy looks to send it back downfield again. Chaser's not able to find it, but the post gets in front. 45 now, all that remains, in the Dodgers in complete and utter control of the pace of this game. The Bulls just struggling to keep up right now as the bumps continue to pile on. 30 seconds, and there's no way at this point the Bulls are going to be able to claw back.
Yeah, and you've got to be thinking that the Dodgers know that at this point. They're going to be thinking, how can we get even more confidence going into game 2? See if we can take this series early on. And I feel if they're going to try and carry this momentum, they've got to keep shutting down the offensive lanes. They've got to keep that high tempo, high pressure play. They can't afford to sit back in their own half and let the Bulls get any offensive pressure in the midfield. If they're able to just keep cutting off these lanes, they're going to take this series handily. As this first game comes to an end, the Dodgers will take game 1.
And I think one really big takeaway about this game as well is near the beginning, it was really competitive. The scoreline now that you're seeing is the Dodgers just over time building up steam, and it never truly stopped for them. The Bulls at the start were doing a great job of maintaining pace, of getting shots on target, but there came a certain point where it just didn't happen anymore. And with the Dodgers putting 10 shots on target, 7 of them finding their way through, only 1 save for the Bulls, there's only so much as a team that you can even do in that situation.
Yeah, you have to be trying to get a much stronger defensive position. It was too often the Dodgers found themselves shooting on an open net or able to double commit on offense because one of the defenders was completely out of position. It's that sort of a play style that the Bulls have tried to implement, where they're throwing so much at the ball at so many different times that they just find themselves completely flat-footed when it comes time for a Dodgers attack to actually happen. And whenever they try to go forward, it feels like they're not really able to get that momentum going because they've committed so much already.
Well, they're off to a good start here. Game number 2 is a fresh scoreboard, fresh time on the clock. We'll see if the Bulls have any sort of response as we get underway. Furphy winning that kickoff, opts to slow it down, but Peyton Eli not going to let him do anything with it. Chaser taking a shot, but it's blocked by Smalls. He's got Furphy sitting way back, waiting. They almost double commit on that one, but good awareness on Furphy to not completely commit as Peyton Eli tries to get it clear, but it's not happening. Chaser down to Smalls. Smalls going to send it across field, but Furphy all the way back in their own corner right now. It'll be Smalls pushing it again. Chaser pushing this to the side. Furphy to respond. That's past one. It's on target and through. Furphy taking advantage of space just like we saw last game.
Yeah, and that adds on to another goal for him this season. I believe that is now his 56th goal in all aspects of this season, throughout league play and now here in the playoffs. He's been on fire offensively for the Dodgers throughout his series played, and now really letting loose here against the Bulls in a matchup that they've historically struggled in. Throughout the season, they were 8-2 against them, or sorry, 2-8 against them, my apologies, and now finding themselves in the driving seat, in the hot seat for this series. It feels like it's going to go the opposite way as many people would have predicted.
Ooh, well, there... What? There we go. Okay. My heart literally stopped for a moment because I was like, there we go. Peyton Eli just wanted to give everybody watching at home a bit of a heart attack there before finally sending it through. 1-all in that situation.
Peyton Eli living up to his clan name there with the tactical whiffer tag on his banner and absolutely missing that first shot. Able to just get out of the net in time for the recovery to make sure that he does put that in. And the Bulls, like they did in Game 1, they equalize here almost immediately after conceding. It's now up to them to see if they're going to be able to hold this draw, or are they going to fall behind once again?
Well, the Dodgers pushing. It's Peyton Eli trying to make it happen. Great secondary save there from Chaser. Chaser will follow it up by pushing it back downfield. To roll up and away. Peyton Eli's there. It'll be off the back wall, but Furphy strong, clear in the midfield, but it's straight into Chaser. It's the corner play here coming through. Peyton Eli not able to get that around Smalls, but Chaser sticking with it. Defense really starting to come in clutch for the Bulls right now as they look to get some offense moving. It's going to come right in front. Peyton Eli not able to find that touch. It'll be Furphy to take control back downfield, gets a bump, looks for it on Peyton Eli. Smalls was ready, but it didn't come through. Smart play from the Dodgers to not overly commit to that, wait to see what happens. And that means they're still in charge of the ball right now. That missed touch from Furphy leads to things going the other way. Peyton Eli, Chaser doubled up on this left side. Chaser actually with a touch, Smalls with a glancing save. He's not able to find the second one. Bit of a miscommunication here. Peyton Eli with a huge opportunity to put that in, just come shy. And opportunities for both sides right now falling short.
Yeah, it feels like this, almost like both teams are on tender hooks here. They're really scared of overcommitting, of pushing, being overly aggressive on either side. Peyton Eli with a great shot, just one of the posts. The second one comes across, it's the post again, and Smalls is going to clean this one up. It feels like every opportunity is just inches away from finding the back of the net, and we're only seconds away from seeing the goal that will take the lead. Oh, I have called it as Peyton Eli buries it.
Yeah, and this is just good capitalization of space. Peyton Eli finally able to get one of these open net shots to go his way. It gives the Bulls a lead here And now the Dodgers having to play from behind. We'll have to see what they can do with 1 minute and 44 seconds. Smalls takes an unconventional kickoff there. Ends up leading to a Bulls possession. Chaser beating him handily. What a play to flick it over to final defender and through.
Absolutely brilliant play. Collects the boost, keeps the ball off the ground the entire time, and just flicks the last defender like it is nothing. It's a training pack for Chaser. Buries that one in the back of the net, and the Bulls take a convincing lead here as we come to 1 minute 35 remaining in Game 2.
Still up in the air. Peyton Eli dropping it down. It's going to be off the side wall. Chaser to follow through. Going to ping off the corner of ceiling. Smalls actually not able to find it. Peyton Eli, another open net chaser there, but he's not able to capitalize. It'll be Furphy picking that one up. Peyton Eli pressing quickly. To pop up, he'll leave it for Smalls, who takes a shot, but it's wide. Grabs the boost and wraps around as the Bulls just looking to hold on right now. 1 minute, that's all that remains in regulation of Game 2. The Bulls looking to get this series back level if they can just survive the next 50 seconds. Furphy grabs that boost. Except Smalls waiting in midfield, but just unable to connect on these. Peyton Eli challenging, but it feels like the Bulls more content right now to waste time than anything else. They've got a 2-goal lead, so that's definitely a viable strategy. And speaking of time, Dan, it continues to tick-tock away.
Yeah, it feels like the Bulls are just they're content with doing nothing. As Chaser with a great attempted shot there, or bumps onto Furphy to stop him from making the save. The Dodgers, it feels like whatever pressure they were able to build up throughout most of Game 1 has all but dissipated now. Whatever they were doing to take that Bulls defense and tear it asunder has not come about. And now with 5 seconds left, it's almost an impossibility for the Dodgers to get the goal. The clock hits 0, and no matter what happens now, the ball will hit the ground, and the Bulls will take Game 2.
Well, the series started as a best-of-5, Dan, and now after 2 games, we've got a best-of-3 on our hands. The Bulls responding in resounding fashion. I mean, to be 100% honest with you, they got absolutely thrashed in that Game 1. The Dodgers just completely and utterly in control, and this is something I've seen from the Dodgers as a franchise all season long. They have games where they'll just absolutely stomp the other team, and then they have times where they, quite frankly, don't. And this is one of those times we'll see at the end of the series which side they end up on, because the Bulls playing their game right now absolutely have the capability to respond.
Yeah, and the Bulls, if you look at the shots throughout that game, 13 shots from the Bulls, 3 more than the Dodgers were able to get throughout the entirety of that Game 1. And the Dodgers stuck with only 3. They had more saves than they did shots. It shows how defensively minded they were throughout the entirety of this game. And it's not a good sign going into Game 3. They need to try and get off of that defensive foot, start pressing on the attack more than they have been. Otherwise, they're going to just feel like they're trapped and they're not going to be able to get anything going, and this series will begin to run away from them.
Well, game number 3. We've said it twice already. We'll say it once more. 0's on the scoreboard, 5 minutes on the clock, and these teams now back level here on Neo Tokyo. As the Dodgers look to bounce back, Peyton Eli coming close to a real quick opening goal there, but it doesn't quite happen. Furphy sending it downfield. Chaser to receive. He gets a glancing touch. Furphy, what an angle, and it goes in anyways. I thought it was in initially. Pings off the post, but Peyton Eli, the lad he is like, no, I'll go ahead and give you that.
A very unintentional defensive touch. That one may come back to bite him, but for the 3rd time in 3 games, the Dodgers take an early lead here. It's now up to see if the pattern is going to repeat itself again, and the Bulls are going to equalize before any other goals are scored. No, never mind. The pattern is broken. Smalls with a double touch that comes out of the top drawer.
The saucy! That's saucy from Smalls. Gets a beautiful read, drops it down. Peyton Eli left floating in air. All he can do is watch as the Dodgers take a 2-goal lead. They're not even 30 seconds into this game. It's like Game 1 all over again, Dan.
Yeah, it feels like there's just a bit of they've got their mojo back. We'll say that much. It feels like everything they touch on offense is turning to gold. Furphy now looking to counter-attack again. He's got Smalls waiting for him in the midfield. He's going to try and go it alone, but he can't get the double touch read. Now with the shot on target, Peyton Ela with a great save at the last second to keep that one out. It feels like the Dodgers just have something going on for them that the Bulls don't have an answer for currently.
One thing I'm really liking when I see out of this Dodgers team right now is just the sheer patience they have on display. Look at Smalls. He's not even concerned. Drops it in. No, stop it at the Dodgers. What is going on?
To think, before he grabbed that boost, he had none. He dribbled all the way down the field, had the boost nicked from him by Chaser, and then goes and scores an absolute banger of a flick in another tight angle. Smalls has come alive once again, and if there was to be an MVP for this series, he would definitely be it.
Oh, come on. The Bulls, you looked really good in game 2. I'm going to need you to start bringing some of that magic back because you just got destroyed by Furphy there. Beautiful touch around that left side. It had perfect angle, the perfect amount of power, and it's a 4-goal deficit. We're only a minute and 15 seconds into this game, and the Dodgers right back where they were from game number 1, just in complete control of the game. I need to see some offense start coming out of this Bulls team. They looked so good that game 2, calculated and ready, and it's just not happening right now.
Yeah, it's been an absolute Dodgers fest as Furphy almost gets another one to the list. That would have been a spectacular goal if had it have just bounced in off the post. But I think it's the cohesiveness that we're seeing out of the Dodgers team that is really the driving factor in them being as solid a team as they are right now. It feels like everything is a team play. It's not a solo play. Whilst it feels like there is always a player doing the fancy mechanical skills to make sure the ball ends up in the back of the net, the other player is positioned well enough to force the defenders to have to consider the idea of, okay, maybe he's going to go for a pass here. Maybe he's going to go for a bump here. Chaser, what an air dribble. Just mutes my point, and the Bulls get their first goal of game 3.
I'm not quite sure what Furphy's thought process was there. He was posted up far left on the back wall, leaves Chaser with absolute ages to get back wrapped around and push it in on target. There's still plenty of time before we make it into the next half, Dan. And the Bulls pressing again. The Dodgers have to be careful that they don't start letting this game slip away from them. Peyton Ela trying to slip his way through, but a block from Smalls coming through. It comes back out in the midfield. Smalls back with possession, looking to push it downfield. Will be Chaser in the air, getting a beat. It's back down. He was looking for the pinch, but couldn't get it. Just back to Peyton. Looks to get it off the corner. Beats Furphy. Chaser there. Angle was open, but Smalls dodging straight into it at the last second to save it away. But Chaser now not letting it progress too soon. Is it on target? Yes, it is. But Peyton Ela able to find the read and keep it out.
Yeah, it feels like the Bulls are just overcommitting in all aspects of their gameplay. Another overcommit on offense. Smalls finds the net open, finds it easy goal. It's 5-1, and we are going back to game 1 with this scoreline.
Dodgers, they see that plane ticket to Brazil. They're trying to claim it. But the Bulls, I still stand strong, Dan. There's still lots of time left in this game. 4 goals seems like a lot until suddenly it's not. And, ooh, oh my, almost a beautiful goal there from Peyton Ela to start off that kickoff.
Yeah, it was almost a juicy bounce air dribble attempt there. Great clear there from Furphy just to make sure the Chaser doesn't get the goal. But the Bulls, I'm looking to see them try and be a bit more cohesive in their passing plays. There's a little bit of a passing play. The clear from the defender, not only as far as Chaser, who buries that one behind the final defender. A very nice shot there. Furphy can't get back in time. And the Bulls get a goal out of the Dodgers' lead.
And that's just excellent reflexes there. Catches Furphy out of position. The Bulls trying to claw their way back. They win this kickoff. It's set up actually fairly well for them. Chaser was looking to drop it in. It's a bit of an overcommit from Peyton Ela, but it bounces back into the control of Chaser. Quickly intercepted by Furphy. Looks to get it through, but Peyton Eli sticking with it. I thought that might have been another goal for the Dodgers. As Chaser wraps around and Smalls saying, no, sir. This ball is going in the back of that net. Out of my way.
The Dodgers are just capitalizing on these mistakes. It's less now, what can we do to tear the defense apart? Because the defense is tearing itself apart. Double commit city coming out of the balls currently. They're running around like balls in a china shop, and they're just not having any cohesiveness, any cohesion, or any sort of level of communication, it seems, between the two players, and it's just costing them time and time again. When they need to have a player back, they've got two forward.
Well, it's going to be on the side wall again. Cleared back into midfield. Chaser up for it. Not going to be able to make that happen. 38 seconds. We're getting dangerously close to having the exact same scoreline that we saw in game number 1, Dan. It's Chaser leaving that for Peyton Eli. Furphy just sitting back in goal. He knows this game is secured. He just wants to try and preserve as much of those sweet, sweet stats as he physically can. The final seconds begin to tick down. It will be the Dodgers going up on series point. The Bulls need a response like we saw from them in game number 2, or their season's going to come to a grinding halt.
Yeah, and it's got to be something like what they showed. They have to try and get that offensive fortitude as Peyton Eli looks for a consolation goal. He's not going to find it. The ball hits the floor. And the Dodgers, they've come alive again in game 3. And I want to keep seeing this offensive display from them because they are immense when they get going.
They really are. And, you know, one thing I think is critical to let everyone know is the Bulls really need a win here. I mean, we're talking about a franchise that has never, and I mean never, in their history won an MLE championship despite appearing in 3 separate finals games. They're tied with the Hawks with the most final appearances without a title, and they're letting their opportunity to try once more slip away from them, and they're going to need to try and kick it into second gear to make something happen.
Yeah, it feels like the Bulls have just they've slipped into a mindset where they've gone and given the Dodgers so much room on their offense, on their defense as well, just sending the ball at them, not really creating anything interesting or unique or even anything to really test the defense of the Dodgers, and it's just allowing them to soak up that pressure, push forward, take the defense out of position, and it's leading to the Dodgers just strong style of play, if I may, where they're able to just strong arm the defense out of position and score easy uncontested goals.
Well, game number 4, it could be the last one we see between these two teams tonight, or we might see a game 5 as Peyton Eli puts them on the board early.
Yeah, Peyton Eli with a great touch there. Smalls unable to read it, and then the angle. It's very hard to read a shot like that, especially when you're going for the near post. There's always a good chance it will bounce off the post and out, but Peyton Eli finding the back of the net very well there. And an early lead for the Bulls. This is something we've yet to see in a series thus far. They've not really had that sort of a strong lead, and now I want to see if they're going to be able to hold on to this, if they're going to be able to maintain this sort of a lead as a shot comes out but is cleared away by Furphy.
You know, one other thing you've got to consider, even though the Bulls have not won a finals, the Dodgers, it's been a while for them to try and get their way back into this situation. I mean, they've only ever beaten the Bulls once in playoff action in Season 2, and that was en route to their singular MLE championship title. So this game means a lot to them as well. There's a lot on the line for both of these squads. We just got to try and figure out who is going to be able to take it here is Smalls. Pushing it downfield yet again. Chaser putting it into the corner. It's going to drop back down, but Peyton Eli is there. Be Furphy. Back into the corner. Should be Chaser. It is. He picks it up on top of his car. Is able to get a flick over one, but gets bumped away from it. Still with the play, though, as he looks to get this in midfield. Intercepted by Furphy, who now will look to start a counterattack as of his own. Chaser. Left side, looks to put it. He's got Peyton Eli waiting patiently, but it's a bit too quick, and he can't get up to it in time.
Yeah, it feels like the chances are just going begging when it comes to passing players. The idea is there, but the connection is not. As a chance comes out here for Chaser, he is not going to squander that one. And the Bulls double their lead with just under 2 minutes gone.
This is just a great strike from Chaser. Furphy was reaching for it, but just not able to get the speed to get there in time. And the Bulls looking like they did in Game 2. It's been a back-and-forth series. The Dodgers not able to bring forth some of the momentum we saw from them in Games 1 and 3. We'll see what they can respond with here as Furphy takes control of the ball. He'll be on top of Chaser's car. That's a giveaway, though. Easy goal for Smalls, and it reduces the lead back down to 1.
Yeah, Smalls has been one of the key shooting players for the Dodgers all season long. His accuracy is one of the highest. He's just outside of the top 10 for the highest shooting percentage in the league currently. And his sort of accuracy today, his ability to put those goals in, put those balls in the back of the net, has really been key to the Dodgers' success throughout this series. And now, as they look to try and seal this one in Game 4, he will be the impetus for it, I feel. If the Dodgers are to take it, it will be off of the back of Smalls' ability to put those balls in the back of the nets and do it with style.
Well, 2:38, that's what remains in regulation right now as both of these teams try and as they will. Chaser gets an easy one there on an open net. You can't let that happen if you're the Dodgers.
I feel like that was, there was a lot of things moving, a lot of moving parts to that, but what you need to know is Peyton Eli flicked one player and then went and bumped the second last defender who was challenging the ball up and away from the ball, allowing the shot to come out uncontested from Chaser. And now Peyton Eli with another assist attempt plays in front of the box. Smalls is going to clean it up. The Dodgers, they need to try and get something going on offense here, otherwise they're going to find themselves with too little time to do anything. There's one right there from Furphy, puts that one on an open net, and the Dodgers back within 1.
To speak it into existence, Dan, it was Furphy in quite literally the perfect position to be able to grab that goal. It reduces the Bulls' lead down to 1, and the Bulls, even though they're still holding on to this lead, they've got to be sweating a little bit. There is a lot on the line in this game for them, not only as a team, but as a franchise, trying to work their way through this playoffs to see if they can secure, again, what would be the first championship in franchise history. Chaser misses the double touch. Could have been a killer there, but the game rages on. Smalls picks up the boost, takes a weak shot. It's blocked by Chaser. Furphy's going to get it back out in mid, though. Smalls is there, but it's blocked away by Peyton Eli. It comes right back down. Smalls to pick it up and take it away from midfield. Limit those angles as much as he can as it reverses now off that pinch from Chaser. Peyton Eli trying to get it in mid. Smalls to block. Chaser back up. 90 seconds. That's what's on regulation right now. It's a 1-goal game. The Dodgers on series point. They need 2 goals at least right now. They're going to be able to close it out right here. They've got the Bulls pressing hard in their half, and they need to try and do something. That's a massive bump. Chaser trying to make it happen. Peyton Eli can't get around. And the Bulls lacking the final bit of execution they need to go up as that one comes off the post.
Chaser needs to be putting those away to kill this series off, but he just can't get the job done when it matters the most. And that one could easily come back to haunt them if the Dodgers are able to break out of this offensive pressure that the Bulls are putting on them. If they get out of this vice grip that is currently their own half, then maybe that shot, that missed opportunity will be their downfall. But right now, it looks like the Bulls are in complete control of this one. But there's the counter-attack, and there's Furphy. That's all it takes for a goal to go in. 30 seconds remaining, and the score is tied.
What a pass from Smalls. My goodness, Furphy with the carry. But that pass, absolutely critical. 30 seconds. That's what we've got right now, ladies and gentlemen. Dodgers, if they win this game, move on to the semifinals and hope to capture their first MLE championship since Season 2. That one almost goes in. It'll be Chaser putting it off the right side, though. Peyton Ellie to follow. They're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive here. As Furphy wraps around, he's going to get it downfield. Furphy just needs to finish it off. He does! And with 12 seconds remaining, the Dodgers take the lead!
A great piece of play there from Smalls to beat the last attacker, puts it past Peyton Eli, and Furphy just able to catch him to the ball before it rolls up the post. The ball is in the back of the net. The Dodgers have 12 seconds to hold on to this, and I think they will. I think this series is dead and buried.
Well, don't count them out yet. We've seen crazier things happen in Rocket League. Peyton Ellie is going to push it downfield. This is the Bulls' last chance. He gets the angle, and we're going to go to overtime. Peyton Ellie puts the Bulls on his back and sends it through.
Peyton Eli, you are a madman with 176 shots coming into this series, the 10th highest. He just needs one. He just needs that single shot to take us to overtime, to keep the Bulls alive. Oh my lord, I think my voice is going to be dead by the end of this one.
My voice is still alive. I want to see how this game ends. The Bulls revitalized by that goal as we get into OT. Game number 4, so much on the line for both of these squads as they continue this desperate fight to move on to the semifinals. It's Peyton Ellie. He's going to send it downfield. Smalls able to catch up just in time. A dangerous spot. The demo coming through. Chaser, he's got one to beat, but he can't get it past Furphy. Furphy's going to take that shot, but it's wide. Both of these squads early in this OT had opportunities. We're not seeing it gone just yet. Chaser fakes one. He's able to just get it past the second. Peyton's in the air, and we're going to see a Game 5.
Absolutely incredible. Chaser bullies his way through the defense. Furphy trying to clear it. Gets the touch. Peyton Eli off the crossbar down. It doesn't get much better than that. Bulls take Game 4. We're going to Game 5. And it's all to play for just a spot in the semi-finals. We're not even at the finals.
What a game. What a series. And no better way to close this out than not even a penultimate, than an ultimate Game 5 between two teams that are bitter division rivals that have played each other before in the playoffs long ago and are fighting for the first MLE championships in Season 2 if you're the Dodgers, and the first ever if you're the Bulls. I don't even know what to do with the hype of this situation, Dan.
I can give you something to do with that hype. I would like you to make a prediction. I would like you to do what I do.
Not even going to do it, no.
You have to. You can't say you will not predict.
Cursing this, man. I don't want any mumbo-jumbo on this game. I want those 4 players. I want those 4 players. I want them on that field. I want them playing the most peak Rocket League they've ever played in their entire lives. This single game of Rocket League is the last game of one of their seasons, and I want to see everything come out of them in this game.
Well, I want to see the Dodgers take this one. That's right, the Dodgers will take this one in Game 5. They've got them. They don't really have the momentum, but they have the routine. Every other game that they've lost, they've won all of the odd games. They won Game 1, Game 3, Game 5. That should be an easy one for them. Smalls looks to take this one off the kickoff here and try and prove me right.
Well, we'll see if you're right. At this point, do not care who takes this game as long as it stays as close as this series has been up to this point. As it pings off the corner, Furphy looking to get back around. It'll be Smalls. Gets a good pop-up. Looks to follow it through, but Chaser with the block. It's going to hit the ceiling, come back down. Furphy sending it over to Smalls. It's a glancing touch from Chaser as he looks to stay with it. Solid bump coming through. As Furphy trying to clear it away. It's straight into Peyton Eli, though. He's not able to get wrapped back around. Smalls with the bump. Chaser trying to send that on target. Furphy coming across goal. What a dunk from Chaser, and the Bulls open up Game 5.
An absolute banger of a dunk from Chaser. Realizes that Furphy is going to struggle to get back. He tries so desperately to get there, and he does a great job at getting a touch on the ball, but he's not taking it away from Chaser. The opening goal goes to the Bulls, just like in Game 4. Maybe I was wrong, but we don't know yet. We've still got 4 minutes to go.
Lots of time left on the clock. Smalls, easy drop. And after all the hard work the Bulls put into their opening goal, the Dodgers are just gifted theirs on a silver platter.
It was like, it's like bobbing for apples in terms of goals for Smalls at this point. He's finding them like he's using a pair of pincers to pull them out. It's easy going for him. He's not even trying at this point. The balls are being delivered onto the roof of his car, and he barely has to do anything to put them in the back of the net. And this is why this has been such an intense series, because it feels like Smalls is shooting like he's shooting like it's nothing. And the Bulls are having to work so hard to even keep in this series. It's just so much going on. I'm running out of words to use here.
Well, hopefully these teams don't run out of plays to score here. So we're a minute and a half into Game 5. An epic overtime in Game 4 won by the Bulls as they scored a 0-second goal to send them into overtime. As they try and cap off this comeback here, the Dodgers look to just stay alive. Winner goes to the semifinals. Loser watches the semifinals as Peyton Ellie gets a really good clear downfield, but he gets demoed. Chaser back on top, grabs the boost, tries to fake out Smalls. He does, almost able to get it past Furphy, but it's not quite enough. That pinch coming dangerously close. Chaser getting back around, but Smalls closing it. He'll be back out in the midfield. Furphy's got space. He gets it past Peyton, but he's not able to get it on target. The demo leaving Furphy all alone right now as Peyton looks to start a counter of his own. The bump coming through well. Will be Smalls moving back downfield. It's off the corner from Chaser. Furphy not able to find the touch. Lots of open space. Chaser's got it on the top of his car, and that's going to be an easy goal to put him up by 1.
And it comes off of a mistake. The tense play, all of the back and forth, all undone in a split second. Furphy unable to read the ball correctly, and Chaser finds an easy open net. If that is the goal that wins this series, I will be thoroughly disappointed. I was hoping for something more dramatic
we'll
than
see
that.
more. No, we'll see more. Peyton Ellie, he's got possession, pops it up. It's not the greatest. Be over to this right side. He's got it again. Looks to get it around. Beats Furphy. 2-goal lead. And the Bulls on their way to the semifinals if they can hold strong.
And to think just a game ago, it looked like they were all done and buried with 12 seconds remaining. Now, with that man carrying them on his back, Peyton Elo with the little, I don't remember what type of hat that is. I think it's called a pork pie hat or a trilby. I don't exactly remember. It's been a while since I looked at hats. He's doing it all with a fennec, and he's doing it well.
Ooh, Smalls gets a beat past 1. It's going to be off the back wall. Furphy backflip because he wasn't in the greatest of positions as they clear field. 120 seconds. It's not a lot of time, but Chaser not able to find the touch. It'll be Peyton. Eli sends it downfield. Furphy, critical touch to keep that one away as Chaser mounts the pressure even farther. It's a great block. They wrap back around Furphy. Again, going to be putting this on the side wall. He's not able to find the touch, but Smalls will bail him out. Ball's in a good position here if he can get it on target. It's going to be off the sidewall and straight into the side of Chaser's car. It's a great clear, and he gets another one to send it back downfield. 90 seconds remaining in this Game 5. As Smalls gets another block, the Timo coming through, but it doesn't matter because Smalls still with possession. He's able to beat Peyton, and that's going to be a 2-3 game. 119, it's 1-goal separation.
Remember what I said about Smalls scoring like it's nothing? There, a perfect example of it. Car control like no one else in Champ League right now. Absolutely brilliant piece of play from him. With the white zombies, I believe, are those wheels. It doesn't matter if he's a Brazilian player or not. He's doing absolute brilliant work with those nimble feet.
We got really close. Chaser almost able to finish it off. That could have been a nail in the coffin. But it comes just short. Smalls patiently waiting in goal to clear that one away. 1 minute. 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that left in this series unless we see OT yet again. Furphy wrapping it around and we get an even game. What a play from the Dodgers.
And again, it's Furphy now taking the initiative. Gets it over Peyton Eli. You've got to feel for the man on defense. He did everything to get up for that ball, but he just couldn't reach it. And the game is tied once again at 3-3. If ever a storyline could have been written better, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, Smalls gets an excellent shot downfield. It doesn't have the power. Chaser able to catch up to it, but now we've got an even game. The next goal, absolutely critical in this situation. Furphy loses possession. Peytonelli trying to make something happen. He gets it off the sidewall. Chaser's up in the air. He's going to knock it down. It's on target, but Furphy just barely able to grab that touch. 22 seconds in regulation. It's a great block from Smalls. Grabs the boost at midfield. Furphy looking to go up mid to support. He gets it over top one, gets the bump. Furphy's there, and the Dodgers take the lead.
Well, the last time they took a goal lead at not this specific time, a second later, somehow, some way, Peyton found a way to get the equalizer, and the Bulls, they are hoping beyond hope that they can get that again, because otherwise this game is gone before it gets to OT, and the Dodgers will take it at this moment in time. Ball sent deep into the Dodgers'
This is the same situation. Chaser's going to get it back level. They did it last game. They do it even quicker this time. And unless we see one more goal, we are going to have a Game 5 OT, back-to-back OTs to decide this series.
I can't keep my composure. This series is insane. Absolutely amazing play from every single player. Not a single bad performance. Everyone is pulling it out the top drawer. The ball rolls down. 4-4. Overtime in Game 5. All of this to decide who goes to the semi-finals.
One goal, that's all it's going to take, ladies and gentlemen. One singular goal will send one of these teams home, the others to the semifinals. The Bulls have been fighting for this position. 2 last-minute goals to send them to OT as they send one through. Furphy just barely able to get it. He gets it around Peytonelli. It's going to be him taking it downfield. Chaser in support. That's close, but no cigar as he almost finds an incredible angle to end the game. Peyton Eli, though, with the charge of his own. He sends it down. Furphy misses. Chaser's there. It's a great block, and now Furphy's got space. He's just got to beat Peyton. He will, and the Dodgers move on to the semifinals. They don't let the second overtime go the Bulls' way.
An absolutely brilliant piece of play. He knows he can't get there in time. He throws himself at the ball like he's got nothing else to live for. Peyton takes his life for it, but it doesn't matter. The Dodgers are through to the semis in an incredible Game 5 OT. What a series. Breathe.
I don't even know.
I don't
even know how to properly explain the adrenaline pumping through my system right now.
I have 4 words for you. I have 4 words. This is Rocket League.
That, without question, is the greatest series of Rocket League I've ever personally had the pleasure to cast. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I don't even know what to say at this point. We've had series, good series on this stream. We've had amazing series on this stream. We've had amazing moments back to back to back, but never have we seen such a great series of moments all in one moment, all in 2 single matches inside of a 5-match series. Never before have we seen such close competition between teams, and to see it be a result that we couldn't have really predicted if you'd have said it 12 seconds away from the end of Game 4. You would never have predicted the Bulls will take it in OT in Game 5. It's insane.
This is not just an excellent series between 2 teams. This is an excellent series between 2 extremely bitter divisional rivals, between 2 teams that absolutely hate each other, that had so much on the line. You've got the Dodgers now moving to the semifinals, trying to capture their first championships in Season 2, and you had the Bulls trying to fight for a position for their first championship in MLE history, and to have your divisional rivals steal that hope away from you in a Game 5 overtime of the ages. My God, we're trying to get the Furphy in here so we can interview, because I absolutely have to know what his thoughts on this are, because without a doubt, this is one of the greatest series I think MLE has ever seen.
Yeah, and one of the greatest sort of last second moments. Furphy being the one to get the goal to win the game for the Dodgers. It is going to be incredible to see how he is able to tell us how he was feeling, how the Dodgers camp was looking during that game 4 OT. I want to know what it was like to have that 0-second goal be scored on, and just to see if anything, how you recover from that to do what you couldn't do the game before in game 5 and win the series in an overtime.
And I said it before coming into this game as well. This is the series I've been looking forward to all week long. And boy, oh boy, did it not disappoint. We've got Furphy on the line now. Furphy, go ahead and join us. And just what is going through your mind right now?
Sorry, I can't hear anything.
Are you able to... Can you hear us? We're not getting your audio quite. Seems like your audio is not coming through. We'll try and get that worked out, because I really do want to know what your sort of thoughts are leading into this game. Because just... We're able to hear us now, Furphy.
Furphy, can you hear us, buddy? Are we good to talk? Could you talk
good to
for
go,
us,
Furphy? Because we can see you. Excellent weekend. We're gonna try one more time to get this resolved, because after such an incredible series, an interview has never been more prevalent to get the insight. Because as a commentator, that is just incredible to watch. But how do you have to feel as a player, Dan? In that game 4, you get scored on with an incredible angle to push OT. You get scored on in OT. You've got to bring it back in game number 5 and make it work. Like, that is peak pressure to the nth degree. It's absolutely phenomenal that they were able to maintain their composure throughout that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the pressure of the situation, it's all about cancelling it out and sort of getting rid of that sort of mentality of, okay, we've lost this game. It's now refocus. It is now define our attention. We know now that this game is all that matters, and it's about trying to overcome that and just focus on your own individual play throughout that game. It's what gave them the win eventually. An individual play from Furphy to be able to dribble the ball all the way down the field, just getting ahead of the defender. I believe now we're almost ready for this interview. I'm going to hand it over to you for that, because I have absolutely no idea how to interview someone.
No, it's all good. We are still working. If we can't get Furphy, at the very least, we're going to get an Animate J in here, the general manager of the Dodgers, to sort of walk us through. Because I know the Dodgers, one of those teams that they're less a team and more a tight-knit family. I know they were all sitting in VC trying to watch it happen, and to have that sort of series unfold in front of your eyes, absolutely incredible. All right, we do have Furphy. Furphy, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey,
excellent. Furphy. So, first thing I need to ask you, that I know everyone watching is wondering what was going through your mind in that final game 5.
We were both mainly focused on comms, but it was just a lot of basically, at least for me personally, I completely blocked out anything else. I'm like, okay, we need to win this. We've given up 2 goals at like game 4, game 3, I think it was, and then we could give it. And no, game 4 especially, when we got that tiebreaker, and then we got the overtime goal like scored on. We're just like, we need to focus full on and make sure that we can actually make this. And then at the end, we were getting a little bit squirrely at the end, because it was getting closer. It was like the final 2 minutes where we finally
it started to turn back around.
Yeah, we were just like, okay, I personally was like, okay, I need to focus, and I need to make sure that I can do what I can do to support my teammate. And we were both just focused on comms. Afterwards, of course, we just went full hype, and I couldn't breathe for a couple seconds because I was just
I was right there with you.
Yeah, we had to pause on commentary because it was so hype. I have a question for you about that. You were the one to get the goal, to win that entire series. How does it feel to be the one that scores such an important goal, such a crucial goal for your franchise's history against such a difficult, such a big rival of yours?
I mean, the way I saw it is that it was a team effort, because even though I scored the final goal, we both made sure to work on and be able to get that goal, because without that, without the teammate, it would have been much harder. So I attribute that last goal to both just our willpower. It's like we need to score right now, and both of us doing the best we can to get it.
Right. And one last question for you. After that game 4, with the 0-second equalizer to send the Bulls into overtime, and then they're able to score in overtime to send it to the game 5, what was your game plan going into that game 5? What were you essentially talking about? Was there any sort of change up in the way you guys were going to approach that game, or what was exactly going through your mind?
The only thing that was going through our mind is the 2 times that they scored, we noticed that our comms went down. So basically, we didn't know where each of us was. Mm-hmm. So we decided, okay, next game we're focusing completely on comms. We're not talking about any mistakes we make. We're not talking about anything else, anything wrong that we do. We're just saying, okay, I need to know where you are, and you need to know where I am, and we'll work from there. And then that, as you can see, it seemed to work for us.
Yeah, it's a very strong style of play. It's a show of the chemistry between you to be able to do that so fluidly and able to realize that, yeah, if we talk about our mistakes, we're just going to lead to more of them because we're not focusing on the actual gameplay at hand. You focus too much on the past, you get stuck ignoring the present. If I can ask one more question.
Yeah, that's fine.
You are now in the semi-finals for the conference. Who are you most looking forward to facing if you get the chance to, out of any team that you could face in these semi-finals? Who would you really like to go up against?
I am going to be honest, I haven't really kept up with the other teams in the semi-finals. This whole past week, we were just going over how to play against the Bulls. So I basically take it on a team-by-team basis per week. So honestly, I can't really tell you what the plan is there.
That's perfectly fair. Well, congratulations again on the massive win. Enjoy the celebrations. We're going to see you back on stream next week. Hopefully you are able to keep up that momentum. Thanks for joining us this evening. And that is not all of the Rocket League that we're going to have on stream today. We still got 3 more bangers of the series. We're going to be shifting gears. This was Champ League. We're going straight into Premier League next with the Bulls and the Spectre. They've got the Bulls as a franchise have a lot of chances. They just lost one there. We'll see if they can keep another. Stick with us. We'll be right back in just a few on Minor League Esports.